right? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us the truth. Salakia. Honors and salutations to all sincere Ahchyam throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in truth, sincerity, and sound doctrine, and in charity. Alright? And into the Ahchyam, and to the children that believe on the name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh means he exists. Yahweh Shai means he is the deliverer. Because guess what? He's coming back. And he's on his way. For you people that's playing around and bullshit. You know? My name is Maka Allah Bun Gad Bun Yasha Allah. I'm with the Watchman Philadelphia camp. You know, and it's been heavy on my spirit to just go through the book of Revelations chapter 18. You know, for the destruction of this place. Because guess what? A lot of dudes, they don't want the destruction of this place, man. They want this place to thrive on. You know? Keep things going. They content with this place. They love it. You know? But without further ado, man, I'm going to hop right into it. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And, Shalakia, I'm going to start that over. It says, it's Revelation 18 and 1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Alright? It says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird, man. You know? So Babylon, man, this is a low land, right? And I was actually watching a documentary earlier on Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know? And it was, you know how Esau do, they get their little scientists and all that to go search out things to see if it holds weight. And the video actually was published August 21st, 2018. And they know that Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, you know. So why are they trying to search out Sodom and Gomorrah now? Which they've been doing, but they published it on 2018 because they know the destruction of this place is at hand, man. The destruction of America is at hand. That's what the scripture right here, that's what this chapter right here talks about. All right? Verse 3 says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. All right? So that's a heavy scripture right there. Let's read that again. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her. So what's the wine of the wrath of her, man? They drunk that doctrine. They took that in the bosom, so to speak. You know, what's that? State Property. The movie, when they say get down and lay down. That's what America's been doing, man. They've been going around the world talking about, listen, nigga, you better get down and lay down. Because if you don't get down, you going to lay down because we're going to drop these bombs on your nut ass, man. You know? It says, have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And guess what? Her fornication, what America does. You could worship any god you want to worship, man. You could be whatever you want to be here, man. And that's called democracy. All right? That's democracy. So America goes around the whole earth pushing this democracy. Because they know, and this is over here in Americas, this is the new world, right? But back over there in Europe and all that, that's the ancient world. So America, these fucking Cristobal Colon ambassadors came over here, right? And then they trying to take the whole philosophy back over there to the ancient world. So that's why they said the new world. So that's why they're talking about a new world order, because over there in the ancient world, what you had, man, you had some type of structure. You know? But America don't go for that shit. They go for whatever the fuck you want to be. Hey, man, go ahead and do it. And all the nations have drank of that, man. You know, look at Jerusalem, man. What they call the state of Israel. Look at that shit. The state of Israel. That should tell you a lot. Just how I did a lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim, I was shot on the District of Columbia. Why do you think they call it the state of Israel, man? That has everything to do with America, man. And they had them gay ass parades and all that over there, man. Alright, it says let's start that verse over. This Revelations chapter 18, verse 3, it says, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication. So they indulged in that shit. You know, they put their guard down. Knowing that this shit was wrong, they still was riding with it. They still was rocking with it. Like, man, I know it's wrong, but I'm going to go with it because them niggas in power right now. It's a weak-ass dude, man. It says, with her and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Now let's look up that word delicacies. Excessive strength with longs to break forth over strength, luxury, eager desire. Okay? So these people is waxing rich through that. We'll say Ahchyam, hold up. It says a strenuous or strength that is luxury, delicacy. All right, so what's a delicacy in America? You got crab, shrimp, and lobster, which is bullshit. That you're not even supposed to eat that shit. According to the dietary laws for the Israelites. You know, you 12 tribes and you're confusing the faces. But guess what America do? They be like, oh, let's get a lobster dinner. And that's supposed to be great. Niggas love Jordans and shit. You have a motherfucker kill you over a pair of Jordans, and guess what? That bitch ass nigga ain't even playing basketball no more, man. Verse 4 says, and I heard another voice, Salakia, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So yeah, what's the Lord telling us to do now? Come out of her. But you got dudes that want to go to other countries. You got Israelites that's right here in America that went back to the land of Israel, of Jerusalem, and guess what? They get treated just like they get treated right here in America. Them niggas ain't in power. Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua didn't do it. You took it upon yourself to do it. Like the book of Baruch chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the 28th verse that talks about, since it was of your mind to go astray, being returned, seek him 10 times more. But you niggas, you take it on your own minds to do what you want to do. You know? So coming out of her, that's like, yo, you could buy some normal ass sneakers, man. You know? This whole world is about, yo, I gotta commit adultery. Yo, his wife, she look good. I want that bitch. But you ain't even supposed to do all that, man. You know, niggas worried about the football season, basketball. That's all that's on niggas' mind. Worried about Babylon. What's going on in Babylon? How about be occupied in prophecy, man? About the things that's about to happen. Because these things are on the way. Verse 5 says, yo, and if you come up out of her, man, and the only people that's going to come up out of her now is the elect, man. The hopeful elect. And guess who knows who they are? Yahweh Hashem outside. Alright? Guess who knows who they are? And the plagues, the ultimate plagues, yo, the plagues goes from famine, death, destruction. Well, we going to read it, man. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So look at how much shit is going on now. And you see it now like back to back to back to back to back. Pedophilia, they want to make that legal. Homosexuality is already legal. They got rights and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of things, man, is going on. And guess what? Niggas don't even care. They're like, man, as long as you don't bring that shit my way. But if it was your goddamn child, guess what? All hell gonna break loose. Oh, I gotta protect my child. I gotta protect my baby. Niggas is out your goddamn mind, man. Now check out what the Lord says. Verse 6 says, reward her even as she rewarded you. Okay, so what did America do to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, and confusing the faces? What did they do to the Israelites? They enslaved us. They whooped our ass. They killed our babies. They did a whole bunch of shit, and they still doing it, man. Let's read that again. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. So the cup that she did to us, that means what she made us drink, with all the plagues and afflictions and everything that they did to us, giving us smallpox, putting the AIDS virus, giving us cancer, you name it, man. That's why it says Esau's sins have reached to the heavens, man. But it said give back to them double, man. So that's righteous judgment. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua ain't playing, man. Alright? Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So look, you look up the word queen, the etymology of the word queen, right? The word queen means whore. So that's a nomen omen right there, man. I sit a queen. But she trying to say like, yo, I'm at the top and all this. But yo, the word queen fits you right, because you sit a whore, all right? And you said, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And yo, America got you niggas so much blinded that you believe that shit. Niggas like, yo, America's not going to be destroyed. You know? America's not going to be destroyed. We have missiles. Just like these other nations got missiles, we got missiles too. So we going to shoot our missiles, and we got defense mechanisms. And these dickheads don't even do the research to know what they talking about. All right? Verse 8 says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua power who judgeth her, man. All right? So all that's going to happen in one day, man. All right? All these plagues, man. Famine, death, destruction. Yo, America's done, man. And when I walk these streets and, yo, listen, I tell people, yo, America is done. There's no other way you can put it. But America is done. But yeah, this place is over. It's through. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, man. So all the other nations, when they say that the revolution will be televised, so Yahweh Shem's revolution gonna be televised, because they gonna be able to see these things happen. Because like I said, well, Shalakia, not like I said, but like the scriptures say, the whole earth is not going to be consumed in fire. America's going to be completely destroyed, but you're going to have places around the earth, especially like Jerusalem, where we from. That's going to be destroyed, but guess what? We're still going to be able to go there. Why? Because that's our land, you know? And Yahweh Bashim Shah promised that to us. He promised that to our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know? All right, but these people, when they see America burning, they're gonna step back and be like, "Oh shit, damn, that's crazy. That motherfucker really burning." Like, you know how if you get in a fight and shit with a motherfucker, and they get you so mad to the point you tee up, and fuck them up and shit, and then people looking at him like, "Yo, he was a big bully. He had me shook." Now everybody like, yo, he whooped that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? And everybody gonna be like, damn, yo, he fucked him up so bad. Yo, and say, like, let's take it back to grade school. He was selling all the candy or something. They be like, damn, where we gonna get our candy from now? Because that nigga was a bully, man. But they gonna be happy. But at the same time, they gonna be mad because they're gonna be upset. All right, verse 6 says, standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Now let's look up the word alas. All right, because this kind of threw me off. But alas is woe. All right. Now you go down to Strong's definition, a primary exclamation of grief. Whoa, alas, whoa. So they're going to be like, whoa, whoa. That great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Because look, America goes around to all these different nations, man, and purchase things. Not even, yeah, basically purchase things. You know, from drugs to material, whatever another nation makes, cars. You know what I'm saying? They bring that shit right here. So when this place destroyed, how these other nations gonna make money? They ain't. Because guess who's coming back into power? The Israelites, man. Verse 12 says, the merchandise of gold, here it goes. I'm going to read it. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and of salaki and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. Since you fucking Edomites love marble floors, it says and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. So what Esau wants you to do when you sign them fucking record deals, man? They be like, yo, you gotta sell your soul to the devil. So the souls of men. You look at that, listen to that song by Mick Jagger, man. Sympathy for the Devil. And listen to the words of that song. And that says a lot right there. And one lyric said he stole many man's soul and faith. What was the end of that? The end of that 13 said? It says, enslaves in souls of men. So these Edomites, these goddamn devils, know the scriptures, man. Why do you think they're able to twist it up and give it to you? Because they know you don't know it. Unless the spirit and power of Yahweh Ahchyam outside jumps on you. And then you learn it. From who? Starting with the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. You know? Verse 14 says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after and departed from thee. Let me read that again, Salakia. It says, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all, man. So let's look up the word dainty. Things which pertain to a sumptuous and delicate style of living. All right? A delicate style of living. So look, niggas get comfortable like, yo, I got my Acura. But man, that's probably too old. Salakia. My back itch a little bit. But I got my Mercedes. I got my Lexus. I got my Aston Martin. I got my mansion. You know, I got my clothes. I got my Louis Vuitton. I got my Gucci. You know? All that shit's going to depart from you. Oh, I got my chick. She got the fattest ass, the biggest titties. I paid for that. You got dumbass niggas that say shit like that. And these dumbass women like, yo, man, I need ass and tits because my ass is flat. My titties are small. Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all about to see me outside made you like that. Stupid motherfuckers. Verse 15, man. It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. So they're going to be crying, man. Well, as my grandma used to say, they're going to be hooping and hollering, man. You know? Verse 16. And saying, alas, alas. They're like, damn. That shit crazy. Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. So look, man, you got New York City, right? Now I remember going into New York over I forgot what bridge it was, man, to go see my sister or whatever, right? And when you look off, when I looked off to my right hand side, you see the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the docks, right? With all the different, like Toys R Us, Macy's, all these different places. So the ships had the dock there, right? So that's what's talking about, the ship masters and all that. That's them coming over here, man. All right? Verse 18 says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? All right? So they're going to be like, damn, what city is like America, man? What place is like America? Nowhere in the earth right now. But guess what? When we get in the rulership, which is coming, our city's going to be way greater than America, man. Because America has the whole earth blinded right now, man. All right? It has the whole earth blinded. And niggas think this place means something. All right, verse 19, man. It says, and they cast dust on their heads, which means they was mourning. All right? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships and the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. So by reason of her costliness. So what's costliness? Alright? Preciousness, costliness, and abundance of costly things. Metaphorically, worth excellent. So of her costliness, because that means like over here, these people, like what's the supply and demand? Alright? It's called supply and demand. So they have to supply the demand that these niggas want over here, because these niggas demand. Look how much drugs come into this place, man. You know? You can look at the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington. And it's a little part talk about when he had his man bringing the drugs in, but it got too much. He was in the military, so then he had to go over there and get the drugs and all that to bring him over here, because it wasn't enough. So imagine from back then and now how much drugs has been sold in America. How many motherfuckers died? Supply and demand. So when Yahweh Bashim Shah destroy this place, they gonna be like, damn, they might be sitting on fields of this shit. But it ain't coming here. Alright, verse 20 says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Alright? Ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. So guess what? That's the brothers is coming out here on the highways and byways, starting with the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Alright? Coming out here laboring, sighing and crying. For who? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Correctly. Sound doctrine. Not being prideful. Not going off your vain imaginations, your own mind, man. Alright? That's who Yahweh, that's the elect right there, man. That's the elect. Alright? Verse 21 says, and it says, the Most High hath avenged you on her. Avenge you on her means avenge you right here in this country, man. And her, that's what? Columbia. Which is the Greek goddess, which represents liberty, which that's where you get your District of Columbia from. Alright? Verse 21 says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone. Let me read that again. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all, man. So just like Sodom and Gomorrah, alright, with Sodom and Gomorrah, you can't find that. And guess what? You know, they saying that dudes found it, and I believe through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they found it just to so they know, for an example, what's going to happen here. And they trying to see, oh, they burnt these angels, put that concentrated heat down here. We could take samples and see how we're going to build this and that, and this bunker and that bunker, so it don't get burnt, so it'd be cool. Come on, man. You ain't fucking with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Esau. You ain't fucking with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Esau. So you might as well get the fuck out of here, man. Alright? You're going into slavery. And what I'm reading to you now is the death of your kingdom, man. Straight up with no chaser, man. Verse 22 says, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all. So these rappers, these fucking singers, these entertainers, and all that shit, you ain't gonna be heard no more at all in Babylon. It says, shall be heard no more at all, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. So that means we're going to be delivered. Lord's willing, I'll be one of those men, and we be one of those men, man. You be delivered, so you ain't going to have to sign crown no more here, man. And the craftsman is talking about basically whatever craft that you have. All right? Whatever talent or I can't think of the word right now. Or whatever, however you labor to make money. You might be a carpenter. You might be a telemarketer. You might be a security officer. And so on and so forth. You know? You ain't going to be found no more in Babylon, man. It says, "In the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by Salakia, for merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived." And what America's heavy in? Witchcraft, man. Witchcraft. So with all the sorceries, that's witchcraft. That's how all nations was deceived. And what they do, what was it, a couple years ago, they came to Philadelphia and they had Pope Francis and all that shit. You know? They had that fucking faggot come down here, and what was he doing? Enchanting the people, doing his sorceries, throwing spells on people. You know? So all that shit is a rap, man. Verse 24, and we're going to end it with this. It says, "And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth," man. Right here in Babylon, Babal in the Hebrew, which means confusion. Prophets, saints, all that was slain right here, man. So guess what? That's the destruction to America, man. DTA, death to America. Fuck y'all, Esau. Your kingdom is up. And with that, until the next lesson, I hope that brothers and sisters were edified. I hope this made sense. Through the spirit and power and glory, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. To the next lesson, I'm going to say, Shalom.